Hi, this is Dr. David Snopoliski, one of the co-editors on the Fits on the Go blog. I am privileged to be with Dr. Sherman and Dr. Seals here, who are with the ACC PAC. Thank you so much for both of you joining us today.
Our pleasure.
I wanted to ask both of you what the PAC means and how fellows should become involved in it, and particularly young professionals within cardiology after fellowship.
Well, I'll defer to our chair, Gene Sherman, for most of that answer, but let me just say on the behalf of the ACC PAC, the amount of fellow participation this year has set new records. And I think the fellows that are here will go back to their training programs with information that they can educate other fellows probably far better than we can. But the best source of information is obviously our website. So go to acc.org, click on advocacy, follow the link to the PAC, and you can get a much more robust answer than I can in a short period of time. But Gene's good at summarizing this.
Thank you, Dr. Seals. Dr. Sherman.
Well, the participation in the PAC shows that you're committed to change. Since we're in the era of advocacy, of transformation of care, advocacy is important. It's your way of expressing your participation in advocacy. What PAC dollars do, even $25 or $50 that an FIT gives, it shows that we have numbers of people who care about change and will allow us to get our voice to Congress. Unfortunately, the nature of American politics is that we have to speak with dollars. Now, these are not bribes, but you open the door to speak with your member of Congress by participating in the political process. If we have no dollars, we often don't open the door. So we need both the numbers of people involved and the actual dollars. In terms of FITs, if we can show that 70, 80, ideally 90 to 100% of our fellows in training are totally committed to the voice of cardiology speaking to Congress and transforming care for the betterment of our patients and our communities, our voice will be stronger.
Dr. Sherman, the ACC PAC, what has it done so far, and where do you see it going in the future in regard to opening up these doors and having the voice of cardiologists be out there on Capitol Hill?
Well, first of all, we do not believe without organizations like the ACC that the SGR would have ever gotten fixed. There was no incentive for Congress to change a flawed payment system that burdened our practices and threatened our stability. We had to make our voice heard. I can tell you when I first came here 10 years ago and we used the letters SGR with a member of Congress or their staff, they had no idea what we were talking about. The last 3 or 4 years, they not only knew what we were talking about, we would walk in the door and they'd say, "We've heard enough about SGR in the last few months. Tell us about something else," because they knew what we wanted to talk about. So we believe we played a strong role in fixing the SGR. In terms of what we can do in the future, MACRA, the new Medicare fix, is opening new doors. We're going to have to work with Congress on meaningful use of electronic medical records, on quality measurements and quality programs, which is how we're going to be paid in the future. This is continuing dialogue. The story is not over.
Let me echo that and also add that the ACC PAC dollars, as Gene mentioned, do open those doors. But they open the doors not only here in Washington on Capitol Hill, but all fellows in training have the opportunity to contact their chapter office, talk to their leadership, whether it's the chapter president or if the chapter has an advocacy committee, which most of them do now. These chapters are organizing district meetings, and in my state, we're very active in that, and through a 3-month period, directly as a result of this meeting, we organize district meetings with members of Congress, and the real nitty-gritty of getting into this policy that Dr. Sherman's talking about, that's where that exchange can take place.
The voice of fellows is very strong. Members of Congress and their staff listen. When a fellow says, I was planning an academic career and the change in NIH funding is making me reconsider a track in research, they hear that. and they take that to heart. Or if and I've had fellows say, I'm concerned that there won't be jobs available because practices are so strapped now, and I could finish my training and not find the kind of job that I'm really trained for. Again, they hear that. So your voices are very strong.
Well, I want to thank both of you for really taking into account the participation from the FITs in the ACC PAC. I agree. I think it's important. I think it's a good start to continue and to build on what we already have. Well, thank you both for joining us. And again, to catch more videos and coverage of the ACC 2015 Legislative Conference, please visit us at www.youtube.com/FitsOnTheGo.